for T-Mobile home internet.
What's up, the world? This is what Tommy Mav. I just came in. I'm not gonna sit here and talk for a long time about this this game. Just wanted to quickly just give my update on it. The Lakers right now, Darvin Ham is just being outcoached. That and they gotta hit shots. The Lakers are terrible. I mean, they cannot make a three to save their life. Every point they get has to come from the paint. And I don't give a crap how good you are in the paint. If you do not make any outside shots, you're not going to win. And I said this in the last video. If they don't hit any shots, they're not gonna beat anybody. You cannot win without making shots. And these guys they can't make a shot. None of their three-point shots are falling. Outside of Austin Reeves. AD is not even trying to shoot his mid-range. You are not going to beat Jokic unless you start to shoot the mid-range. The guy is slow, he's lumbering, and he cannot. And all he can do is stand under the basket. If you don't do anything to make him come from out from under that basket, he's going to cause all types of friction. Because not only can he do that, when he can stay there, not only can he cause problems with rebounding, he can cause problems with getting easier buckets. Anthony Davis' biggest upside was his ability to shoot the mid-range, and now he might as well be honest. He won't take any mid-range shots. And the minute you take LeBron out of the game, they are just terrible. They can't make a shot. Nobody can get them in position. D'Lo is just terrible. LeBron brought them all the way back. You start the second. This is what you got D'Lo for. You need somebody who can run the team when LeBron's on the bench. D'Lo looked awful. I mean, I was sitting up there one. He looked so awful before they took him out of the game that when they started the second half with him, I'm thinking, what the hell is Darvin Ham doing? He kept him in. And even though he kept this guy in, even though nothing about that guy, to me, nothing about him was doing anything that should have warranted him starting that second half. They kept him in. The Lakers, they kept putting him in the pick and roll, and he was doing all right. But you got to double team. We got to double team it. Now you screwed. It's like. The problem with what I saw with the Lakers is the same problem I saw in Denver. Outside of them losing gas, they just cannot make a shot. They get all their points at the rim, and the whole reason why they did all these trades and stuff is so they can hit outside shot. But they couldn't hit outside shot. And when you got and on defense, when LeBron, you got all these guys, you got Vanderbilt, you got all these guys you just brought in, and if LeBron ain't on Jokic, he scores. If AD got to be able to guard Jokic. That was ridiculous. Okay, if LeBron is not on Jokic, Jokic scored. If LeBron is not on Jamal Murray, he scores. If LeBron ain't on MPJ, he scores. It's like everybody, all they do is pass the ball to not get around LeBron. All Anthony Davis is doing is protecting the rim. The same perimeter defense he was given against the Warriors, he's not given against the Nuggets because he's so afraid of Jokic around the rim. And the problem with that is, you went and got Tristan Thompson. He may not be perfect, but you got to be better. Rui Hachimura can only do so much. You can only do that for so long. After a while, when all Jokic got to do is get to a spot and turn around and shoot over top of you, which causes AD to have to collapse all the time, what do you expect to happen? Now you're going to leave a wide open three-point shooter just so Anthony Davis can double down, so y'all can double down on Jokic. And there's no need to do that if they just put a big man in. But they won't do it. And to sit there and watch that game and watch LeBron have to guard Murray to slow him down, then turn around and have to guard Jokic to slow him down at 38 years old, that he still can't even go to the bench for 5 minutes without the lead bumping from a 1-point lead in the game against the in Denver. They were up by 10. LeBron goes to the bench and they're down by 3. He comes back in, they're down by 5. This man is at 38 years old and still can't take a break. AD, you got to take control of the game. You got to shoot your mid. His mid-range is so atrocious right now. I mean, anything outside of the paint, Anthony Davis can't make no more. And other people were guarding Jokic, so I really couldn't understand it. I could not understand it for the life of me why AD doesn't shoot that mid-range anymore. He won't even attempt it. It's like I couldn't understand it. And like I said, D'Lo's a shell of himself. They have no three-point shooting outside of Austin Reeves, and his shot is iffy at best. LeBron's is the other second three-point shooter, because he got to be right now. He's the person giving you the three-point shoot. He's the person doing the guarding people on defense. He's the person getting rebounds, and he's the person half of the time that's controlling and running point guard. It's like, how much can you ask of a 38-year-old? At this point, somebody else got to step up and make their shots. Every big play that has to be made, LeBron have to make it. AD is useless unless LeBron is throwing him a lob or somehow get him in a pick and roll where he can just cut to the basket. And it doesn't matter. The rebounds are useless if we can't even turn them into points. And when you look at the way that they play, it is so frustrating to watch the game, and you sitting there watching them doing pick and rolls and all these weird handoffs and stuff. Everything, they get into the rim and it's stopping short. It's going there. It's doing this because all Jokic got to do is stick his hand up. And I don't give a crap what nobody's saying. This annoys the hell out of me. Jokic, to sit up there and at the end of the game and say Jokic brought them home. He got like 8 foul shots, and then that was because Scott Foster was there, the idiot, who also I cannot stand. Him and the 2 guys that screwed them over were the same 2 guys that screwed them over there. That is not why the Lakers lost. The Lakers lost because of the other stuff I said. I'm just saying Scott Foster didn't help. And towards the end, Jokic, once he got his 4 foul, Jokic knew they weren't going to call anymore on him. And Scott Foster they got it down to 7. They got it down to 7 points. AD, for some strange reason, backs off of Jokic like he's Jamal Murray and lets him step into a 3, doubling down on freaking Bruce Brown. So you sit there watching in your mind like AD has got to be smarter. He's got to play better. AD, he did all right, but LeBron can't go to the bench and you give up. Every time LeBron goes to the bench, they go on a 10, 15-point run. Until he come back in, that's when y'all start scoring again. It's like LeBron cannot key everything, and he can't do everything. At this point, it's just ridiculous to sit there and watch game after game. This man got to be the distributor. He got to be the person. Every time someone's scoring, LeBron got to jump on him. Every time somebody's getting, he had to stop Jokic because AD didn't do it. He couldn't do it. Then it turns around on the offense side. He can't hit. Nobody can hit a 3. And not even so much nobody can hit a 3. They're not even shooting it. They're getting the 3 and they're dribbling into the paint and shooting it. While the Denver Nuggets are just stepping into shots. They're missing them, but they're shooting them. The difference between them and the Lakers is the Lakers are always trying to get stuff at the rim. And at some point you got to shoot. And I gave him my share of blame to LeBron this postseason. That ain't on LeBron. None of that game was on LeBron. And the game before wasn't on LeBron because LeBron ain't supposed to be the person trying to give you the points and guard Murray on defense. If LeBron does not guard Murray, or is even on the same side as Murray, they end up giving up, just blowing them out. So guess what happens? You take LeBron off Murray, which means LeBron have to. Then now nobody's there to guard Jokic. So now LeBron's on that side with Murray. Is playing some of the dumbest basketball I've seen him play this offseason. The plays he is letting Jokic get away with are ridiculous. They're just dumb plays. This man ain't got a point and got 4 fouls already on him. You're quicker than he is. All he can do is go through your chest. Move your feet, get in front of him, and force him to have to pick the ball up. And rotate. But I was hot mad at that game. I was hot mad watching that game. Just watching a coach just thoroughly outclass another coach the way Darvin Ham has been outclassed by Malone is ridiculous. There are very simple adjustments he's making. LeBron is the person making the adjustments for the Lakers. But his adjustment always involves him doing things. And when you sit there and you're watching these games and play by play is going by, and you sit there watching, you like, man, they can't initiate any offense if LeBron is not on the court. AD is useless. Austin Reeves is just not experienced enough yet. And the rest of them are supporting players. And this is the difference between a supporting player and a star player. Jamal Murray played like a star. Jokic did not. The whole narrative will be around Jokic. Jokic did not win them the series. Jamal Murray won them the series. If they win the series. Jamal Murray won them these last 2 games. That was not Jokic. Jokic benefited off of Jamal Murray's dominance. And they're finding any random reason to get his dude praise for nothing. So as I said before, I'm not only here, like I said, to make an argument that, you know what I'm saying, that this is just a bad coaching job. He wants to play small ball. He refuses to put in a center. He refuses to put in anybody outside of Rui Hachimura and LeBron James. But them the same dudes giving you points on the other end. So you're going to have to put, at some point, you're going to have to put in some more. He's going to have to deepen his rotation. He's going to have to add in a big person, a big man. Move AD to the 4, where I don't give a crap what he wants to play. He put him at the 4. If he's not going to shoot the range, he is not a stretch big. And AD is not shooting that mid-range. He is not trying to shoot that mid-range. You can say what you want about LeBron, but at least he's trying to shoot outside shots. Nobody else ain't making no outside shots. At least they're trying. You know what I'm saying? Lonnie Walker's trying. Austin Reeves trying. D'Lo was useless in this game. Schroeder refuses to shoot a 3. So the Denver Nuggets, they're terrible defense, but they have a very easy outlet when you're not shooting. When all they have to do is pack the paint, force you to make shots the same way the Warriors did. And the difference in the situation is they got Jokic, and he's fat and he just stands there. So he doesn't have to. All he has to do is stick his hands up, and he's affecting their shots because they're not making him come. They're not making him leave from around the rim because they're not making any shots. And when you sit there, you watching this game, man, it is so frustrating. It is crazy frustrating to watch that game because I watched it. And I was like, Lakers going to lose this game. And I'm sitting there watching that the whole time. Even when they came back, I said, the Lakers about to lose this game. They are not changing. They have made no adjustments. They came out the second half doing the same jump they did in the first half. Dropping themselves into a hole. Now they got to get back out of it. Then they drop themselves in another hole when every time LeBron goes to the bench. At some point, you're going to have to just say, okay, but LeBron can't do that. He's 38. He's playing with 1 foot. It's just not fair to ask that of him. But even if you do, but at this point, what can you say? The Lakers are just not in a position right now to compete if they're not going to make no shots. They make their shots, they blow the Nuggets off the floor. They don't, but they're not making their shots. They're not making their shots. Jokic has played like crap 2 out of 3 games, which I knew he would. AD's put up numbers. But his numbers are a direct result of LeBron basically maintaining and running the offense. Everybody else, he's trying to do as much as he can, but at the end of the day, these guys are not holding up. It's okay. On the road, your stars are supposed to win you those games. When you get home, your second string guys got to step up. Rui stepped up. Austin Reeves stepped up. LeBron and AD gave you around their averages. But the rest of those guys got to step up. D'Angelo Russell got to step up. And I'm never one to sit up there and call it. I think it's the fans' fault. He's playing bad to begin with. But D'Angelo Russell played like ass tonight. You got to make those shots. You can't be standing wide open missing those shots. Same thing with Schroeder. Same thing with these guys that you putting in the game. If you're not, then put Malik Beasley in and let him shoot. He can't do no worse than what the rest of them doing right now. You went and got him for this specific reason, and he's on the bench. You went and got Mo Bamba to have some size. He's on the bench. With LeBron and Rui Hachimura playing on Jokic. Don't you realize the biggest problem with Jokic is playing people with size and height? Here he again. I have never won an 80 as quick as I did on them watching this. I'm sitting there watching. They're gonna lose this game. I was thinking that in the second quarter. Even when they came back, I just can't see them winning this game. Not the way they're playing. Do you realize you are not playing the Warriors? They have more size. They're just terrible once you make them come out of the paint. But instead, they're playing the Denver Nuggets like they're the Warriors. Everything they're getting, they're trying to get around the rim. And it worked. They got them in foul trouble, but you were down by 10 because half of the game, Jamal Murray scored 30 points in the first half. And I said this is a terrible position to be in to go down 2-0 because you never know. I said the Denver Nuggets can come out and just start bombing. And that's exactly what they did tonight. That's why you don't want to play with no 2-0 lead. LeBron, I'm talking to the thing. I'm sitting there like, all right, that's a 2-0 lead. There's no guarantee y'all going to win y'all home game. Yeah, you can win one game and go to 3-1, and now you're at 3-1, and LeBron's came back to 3-1 before. That's fine. And it's very possible. Every one of these games have been close. Half of these games, they could have gone either way. First game could have went to the Lakers. The second game could have went to the Lakers. And this game could have went to the Lakers. This is obvious. This is the largest lead the game they've had, and that was mostly because that idiot Scott Foster at the end just started calling fouls, and they were in the penalties with like 3 minutes left in the first quarter, from some real suspect calls by who Scott Foster. But that dude need to be investigated. But yeah, like I said before, the game was over at that point anyways. But the point I'm trying to say is, all he did in that sense to me was ensure the game. When Lakers tried to make him run, he started calling random fouls, and it happened that way. But like I said before, I'm not in here to make no excuses like the ref for the reason why they lost. And I'm also not here to say that I don't believe the Lakers can win, but they can come back from this. But they got to make their shots. It's that simple. The Nuggets have given up a 3-1 before. People have come back on them 3-1. This has happened. So yeah, is it surprising the Lakers win this one, then go back to Denver and win that one? Then they got to come back to LA and win the third one. Now the pressure's on. Now you got to go back to Denver and win the last one. Is it possible to win 4 in a row? Yes, it is. Is it probable? I wouldn't bet on it if they don't play better. If they don't get better shooting the ball, if they shoot the ball, meaning attempt shots. I'm not an analytics guy, but you got to shoot some threes. You got to shoot some shots. Every shot can't be contested. Every shot can't be in the rim. One, you're tired. You're getting these guys, LeBron, AD, tired halfway through the third quarter because they're banging the whole game. When you supposed to be able, they supposed let them step into some shots. Let them shoot some. All their looks are getting the ball around the rim. They're banging on the defense. They're banging on offense, and then you're not making it any easier. And anytime LeBron doesn't take it to the rim, everybody's throwing their hands up. Anyways, I just wanted to speak on that because, as I told you before, Jordan fans are probably celebrating right now because they're pitiful human beings who can't wait for LeBron anybody, like I told you before. Your life gotta suck if your life consists of celebrating LeBron's failures, because you probably get, it seems like a thankless job. Meaning you get one of them every 5 or 6 years where you can truly say something negative about LeBron. And like I said, Jordan fans are nut jobs, so I don't really pay attention to them. But the people so I don't really think about them. The people that annoy me are going to be the Jokic people. Because Jokic has played like ass in this series, right? But the narrative will be Jokic got discounted and he beat the Jamal Murray is averaging like 33 points, right? Jokic had a good game 1. His game 2 he was ass, and game 3 he was ass. So, but they will flip it around and they'll say he played great in all those games. And they'll try to act like Jokic is the reason why they made it to champion. Now, if they happen, this is why I said before that I think the NBA has a vested interest. And I think they're trying their best to get the Miami Heat and Jokic in that game. Because you already see that they've given Jokic 2 NBA MVPs that he did not deserve. So it would not be far-fetched to me to believe that they would give Jokic a championship that he doesn't deserve. And in my opinion, I think wholeheartedly there's a reason why Miami Heat is getting all these calls. And I'm a Miami Heat fan, but I'm not dumb. This has not been a great officiated game. These games have not been fairly officiated for the Boston Celtics. We have been getting the whistle the entire series, and I'll tell you why. Because they want Jokic to play in that championship game against Bam Adebayo. That's what it is. He don't want to play Al Horford because his ass won't get any points, and he doesn't want to. And they don't want him playing against Al Horford and Williams. and that Celtics defense. They don't want Jokic playing Celtics. They want him playing the Heat. So they've been getting a lot of suspect calls. We have been, the Heat. So I think that it was set up before that for Jokic to make it to this championship game. And right now, if like I told you, when the Lakers don't make their shots, you leave yourself vulnerable to the referees. They can control the game. If you make your shots, the referees have no power. If you miss your shots, you're screwed. Anyways, please comment. Let me know what you think. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Alright, y'all. Peace.